Oh yeah, Andy here, CPM from the W.O.T podcast channel. Now, it's Monday. Just been a massive rain shower here in the UK. Winter's definitely here, autumn's definitely here. The leaves are everywhere. We've got up most of them, but yeah, all is well. Another week started, another week on the journey. Now, these are just my thoughts again, they're just mine. Pretty upbeat weekend, that was cool. I don't know what's really going on. I've never known what's really going on in the markets, but it's really interesting. One of the most interesting things you can do every now and then is just distance yourself from everything, which I did over the weekend. I had lots of little jobs to do at home. Plug the old headphones in, listen to some music, and yeah, just chill out a little bit, which I've done. And it's funny how that can really have a good little impact on the old brain. But I always come back to the same thing. I don't kid myself anymore. I've really bunkered down in my thought process on what I was talking about last time, and that is basically to just chill out, let the markets do what they do, not be so probably obsessive over what I'm watching. I think you can really, or this seems to be my experience anyway, you can just overload yourself with information, and you cycle back to the same thing all the time. Nothing really changes once you go down that educational route. It always comes back to the same thing, and that's always your own well-being, your ability to earn in this world of ours. Whether we like it or not, and the ability to, you know, create some income, and try and, if you want to invest it into stuff to hopefully improve what we do. So I think I find myself back to the basics, really, of that recognition, which is quite interesting. I don't really know what's going on generally at an up-to-date basis, because I've just sort of disconnected that umbilical cord to it all. Now, the interesting thing is, it's so healthy to do it, because you just give yourself that time, yourself personally, to work out yourself, really, what you want to do and what you don't want to do. So yeah, I've managed to just chill out a little bit, really. Bit of a weird video, this weird blog, but yeah, you know, again, I like doing them because sometimes there's lots to say, sometimes I've got lots on my mind, sometimes I haven't so much. What I've done recently is got out some bits of silver, had a play around with them. Remind me, and this is the beauty of having physical, because it reminds you of why you're doing stuff. You know, and you have a little play of it, you can feel it's a bit feely touchy, which is great. This is the beauty of physical investing into stacking and bits and pieces. Yeah, just generally getting some little bits and pieces out. Have a little play around with them, really, and remember what you've done. Just remember what you've done over time. And that helps you really put your feet on the ground. You heard me saying about, you know, the value of these tiny little pieces, which are quite cool actually. I haven't had this out for a while, but these little 1 gram pieces. Let's see if we can get that focused a little bit. Can't really, the light's not really good. But even a little 1 gram bar, one tiny little thing can just make you remember what you're doing and why you're doing it. You know, these little 1/10 pieces of gold coins, not pieces really, the gold coins, aren't they? But yeah, having a little play with them, and it's just reminded me of one, how beautiful they are, and two, it's just reminded me why I do this. A little silver Britannia. I think that's a 1/4 ounce silver coin. Yeah, it's just having that little bag just to remind you, and it's really cool. You know, rattle around a little bit of silver in a tube and really touchy it all, you know, and it's exciting to get a bit of excitement back. Gold today has gone on a bit of a high. Not a high, but a bit of a push. Silver's done the same. I mean, when silver goes up $1.50 in a day, that's like something's going on. Really makes you think something's going on, and it's very pleasing to see it. Bitcoin's had a bit of a rip, not much of a rip, but a tiny little rip today so far, although it dropped when the whole American markets opened up. But it's all that soundness, and the physical thing is really cool. I sometimes forget how powerful that can be. Just have that little bit of physical wealth tucked up in some coins and bars. It's a good reminder of why we do what we do, because we need to. Sorry, we don't need to. We need to be able to breathe more than anything. But yeah, it's a little bit of a reminder, a little bit of a wake up for me today. Sat down over the weekend, did some work with AI. AI is a weird one, you know. It's I've used Chat GPT for a while now, and that's changed. I had a chat with AI saying, like, you've changed, and of course, like, they've reset the actual chat now, basically because of data privacy, and I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure whether AI was, or that particular AI was probably getting used in a way that maybe regulations or some people were getting a little bit scared of how quick and how well it was developing. So that was an interesting chat. But where I did find it still very very useful is just exchanging views and asking it very extremely speedy way that it does it, of putting together some accumulative information to make me help me make up my mind what I want to do from a personal point of view as well, from a work point of view, and all sorts of stuff. Come up with some exciting stuff, which is really good. Good. It's given me a bit of a little boost to look at what I'm doing and trying to maximise, because it's all about maximising while you can your time and energy. So that's given me some great ideas. I've pursued that over the weekend and today, along with my normal work, and we'll see what that goes. But that always gives you a bit of a push. I've always said, like, if you sit there and just stick your head in the ground, it's so hard. I can really appreciate why people get really down in the dumps. But it is up to us, guys. It really is up to us most of the time to recognise it and just do something about it, which I have, and that's a good thing. And AI has been a great help for that. And it's always good to get on the right side of or an understanding side of how technology is changing everything. So that's really cool, and it keeps me personally away from the distraction of all the crap that goes on social media and bits and pieces. The squirrels are running across the roof. I wonder what it was. Yeah, so that's been cool. That's been a real uplifting experience. Wifey's a little bit under the weather at the moment, but looking after her a little bit as well at the moment. So yeah, there's a lot of value in the physical metal side. I mustn't forget that. I'm so pleased I've got some. Because it's a lovely reminder, but I'm also pleased that I'm in the tech world as well. That's a beautiful balance, especially this time. I personally believe is the two worlds are colliding, and they're going to sort themselves out. So that's good. That's good indeed. So yeah, bit more of a shorter blog today probably. I don't think I've got anything else to talk about. This is my dead excited face. Yeah, I hope you're all doing okay. I'll continue doing these blogs, and I really fight, because sometimes I watch a lot of other channels every now and then, and they all seem so polished, and AI keeps saying, would you like me to do a polished version and all that, and maybe I should, I don't know, maybe that would get me out there a little bit more, but I'm not sure I want that. Very old school, really old school. I like it all natural, no edits on these at all. It is just what it is, and it's just me thinking, drinking a cup of tea, having a puff obviously, expressing myself. I mean, what would be cool is if anyone sees or can see any advantage, give me subjects to talk about. I do ask this quite a bit, but no one seems to say anything. Maybe that's because no one's interested, I don't know. I really have no idea. But that'd be cool, man. I might start approaching a few people and opening up the What podcast again to do some one-on-ones, maybe group stuff. Because I kind of missed that. But I'm in no rush, man. I'm very, very lucky to not be desperate to do anything, which is probably what comes across most of the time. Very laid back. And as I said, I'm really enjoying, giving myself some time at the moment and getting myself up for doing stuff for me, which is really important. So, it's a bit of a balance, a bit of a blend. So that's it. Hunker on down, survival mode goes. Guys, as always, look after yourselves. Look after yourselves. And if you want me to talk about anything specific that I might have an opinion on, I don't mind sharing that, man. I really don't. God, the squirrels are well active. Running around everywhere. Now it stopped raining, they've come out to play. That's so funny. Let me know. Let me know, man. But I hope you're all well. Take good care. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't panic if you can't afford to do stuff. That's not the end of the world, man. The most important thing, I'm going to say stuff, I mean this investment journey. Yeah, it's frustrating, and it can be very distracting when you're seeing everybody else doing whatever. But trust me, it's just them doing what they're doing. And one of the biggest gripes of mine sometimes, it's very difficult to see the authenticity out there. Sometimes lots of things are easy to fake. And most people haven't got your best interest at heart. I can assure you of that, especially as we go through these difficult times, more difficult times. But I won't get into that too much. Perhaps we can expand on that a little bit more. Keep an eye out on all my channels. I might spontaneously do some bits and pieces here and there. But I'm pretty chilled, laid back. I quite enjoy doing the blogs. Take good care. See you all soon. See ya. Bye.